Hi, this is session 29 of Apigee course for beginners. In this session, we will pass Quota Policy parameters as an XML request and we will see how to extract these parameters in Apigee and how to provide those variables in Quota Policy. Alright, let's flip to Google Chrome browser and log in into Apigee Edge UI. And once you log in, click on API proxies, which will populate all the APIs which we have created already. And here, if you could see, API proxy demo is the API proxy which we have been using in our course so far. So let's use the same API proxy. And in our last video session, we have seen to pass the quota policy parameters as an JSON request, and we have seen how to extract these param and how to provide the variables in quota policy. Let's assume in the session we would like to pass as an XML like this, and we'll see how to extract these variables in Apigee and how to provide the variable in quota policy. All right, let's navigate to Develop tab in Apigee Edge, and let's see the quota policy. So this is our policy, and we have been using these three variables after extracting it from the JSON request. So we are extracting these three variables from the JSON request. In this session, we will extract from XML request. All right, let's go ahead and add extract variable policy, and let's name it as av-extract policy params from XML. All right, let's add this policy and let's get rid of all the unnecessary tags from the policy in order to make the policy look simple. And we are going to extract from XML payload, so let's get rid of JSON payload from here. And we also don't need this variable prefix, so let's get rid of this, and we would need only this. All right, so we would need three variables, so let's make it as three variable. All right, so we have made as three variable, and now let's look at our input XML. So we would like to pass like this, so let's just copy it and provide it in the postman, and let's change the request type to XML. All right, so this is our input, and we need to extract these three variables from the request. All right, so let's provide the path for all these three variables. So let's copy the path from catalog, and inside catalog we have policy params. So we'll have to provide policy params, and inside that we have allowed count. Right, let's copy the allowed count and provide it here and provide the name of the variable. So we like to have our variable name as allowed count. So let's provide the same. All right, let's copy and paste it over here, and let's just change the variable name alone. And the second variable name is interval. So let's copy the interval and paste it here. Let's make the variable name as interval, and the final parameter is time unit. So let's provide it here, and the variable name is time unit. All right, we have added the extract variable policy, and we have also extracted the parameters from the XML request, and we have assigned it to these respective variables. And now we would need to uh, provide this variable name in the quota policy, and let's navigate to quota policy. And here, if you could see, we have already provided allowed count and interval time unit respectively. So we don't have to change anything over here, and we'll have to attach our policy in our flow. So let's go ahead and copy the name of the policy. So our name of the policy is EV-extract policy params from XML. So let's navigate to our flow. So mock-API is the endpoint which we have been using for demoing Quota Policy so far. So let's go to our policy flow, and here we have been using EV-extract policy params. So this is the thing which we have discussed in our last session, that is uh, we have seen to extract the parent from JSON. So this is not required now. So in this session, we are extracting it from the XML request. So I'm attaching that policy. So with these changes, I'm going to save this revision as a new one so that we'll not lose our existing changes. All right, our revision is saved, and let's deploy our revision in test environment. All right, our revision is saved. So let's trace our session so that we'll come to know our variables are extracted or not, and we'll come to know the values of our variable. So let's just trace our session. All right, now let's try to provide the request from the postman with this XML request. It says invalid quota interval true in quota policy. And let's try to see what this error. Let's navigate to our policy, and here if you could see, the type is specified as boolean, but the value we are passing time unit as string. So and this allowed count and interval is also not boolean type, so we'll have to change it to integer for allowed count and interval, and also we can specify it as a string. So I'm going to specify the type as string. So let's specify it for all these three variables, and let's just save this change. All right, our changes are saved. Now let's navigate to trace session and just stop the session and start the trace again. And now let's try to provide the request again from postman, and let's see what we get. Here we go. We are getting the request, and let's try to give it again. And it says rate limit quota violation. That is because we are allowing only one count per minute. So this is extracted from XML, and it is being taken from this request. And let's also prove that in the trace. All right, here if you could see, let's click on the policy extract variables policy which we have added, and here if you could see allowed count which we have added, and here we have retrieved the value, so it says 1. And here if you could look for interval variable, here also it is retrieved from the request, so value is retrieved properly. And the same way minute also retrieved properly from the request. So this is how we'll be able to extract the variables from our XML request. And that's it in this session. Thank you for watching. And if you haven't subscribed our channel, I would request you to subscribe our channel so that I can come up with more videos like this in future. All right. Thank you. Have a great day.